want to jump now to page 153. It's called Most Powerful. And the quote from Bereshit is, "A little bit of water be brought." I don't have the Tanakh here to give it to you exactly what it says in. I do, but I don't want to take the time to dig it out. So Abraham is saying that he wants to kill an ox or something to feed these three guests. On the other hand, which makes him sound, according to Shlomo here, which makes him sound like he's very generous, but then he's saying a little water would be brought. Ma'at mayim. And Shlomo was making a big deal out of, making a mountain out of that molehill about that it says a little mayim rather than a lot of mayim. Actually, it would be kind of silly if Abraham said at that moment, hey, bring a whole bunch of water, so that these guys can wash their feet. That would be, but anyway, okay, let's let that go by for now, and let's deal with what the logic is here. Yukachna ma'at mayim. That's what it says here. Take a little water to wash your feet. Suddenly Abraham is stingy and he says, save the energy, just take a little bit of water. So then now, the association that Shlomo gets here is that, first of all, we're dealing with the word water here, which is a powerful symbol in Kabbalah. It has different levels. Maybe I'll take a moment about that for a moment to explain that and how I see the word water, and then I'll go back to the page 153. The way I understand it, but I'm not claiming to know everything about the Kabbalah at all, but I know at least I see three levels of water. First of all, there's the level of the creation, Shamayim, the heavens, a combination of Eish and Mayim, Shamayim. So what are those waters? Somehow that's pre-creation on a high level. So if we go back to the Platonic model here of four levels of worlds, Atziliut, Bria, Yetzirah, Asiya. Okay, so the level of Bria is the level of the world of pure ideas in a Platonic sense, and that's somehow separated by a big gap from the level of ideas, the same ideas as they function in a person's life, either as authentic ideas on Yetzirah, or as ideas with all kinds of achirut, turbulence, self-interruptions, all the games people play on the first level. So we have four levels here. Putting aside for now the Atzilut, the highest level of God, I see there's a word for water on each of the other three levels. On the level of Shamayim, we have the Bria, pure idea, and you might say in the world of pure ideas. We have the word waters, the waters, Shamayim, the waters, plural. Okay, in that sense, we have a whole gazillion pure ideas all swirling around together somehow in this infinite space or mindset or whatever of the Bria, the world of ideas. Coming down to the next level, Yetzirah, we have, let me see, where is it? Water. Oh yeah, okay, now I get my bearings. There was a moment I got lost. So we have four levels. Think of the alchemy model here. We have water, earth. I should do it this way for you. Water, this is on the side, left side, from level of Bina, water. Earth, Malchut, where everything gets into opposites. And then air, the Tzimtzum moment, the void opens up. And then fire, where the new idea comes into the void. So again, think in terms of the Aristotelian, the spiraling model, and the flow of awareness in a 3-hour session on working on awareness, which is focused more on centering and not so much on the extremes. In that situation, the water is what we would call in the Platonic model a level of Yetzirah, where we have pure ideas, pure essences of my personality, which are flowing the way they're supposed to flow. And of course it never happens, because we always have, self-interruptions. Remember in the first video I talked about confluence, no awareness, introjection, a debek or something like that. You're possessed by somebody's personality. Projection, you're projecting all your needs onto other people, they're doing it to you. Retroflection, all your energy is focused on your own body, your compulsions. And finally, egotism, when you're stuck in a self-image. Those are the ways that the level of ideas in your personality, which in Gestalt therapy they call essences, those essences become polluted and are moved down from the level of Yetzirah to the level of Asiyah, and lower than that even, depending on how polluted they are. So, we have this idea of water as, in the alchemical sense, as where you have some pure personality essence of something that's coming down in you, actually it's on this side, and it stays pure. You happen to have a healthy childhood with loving parents or whatever, and so you become a kind of a model of a person that's very pure and embodying all the virtues that you're supposed to embody as a normal, healthy, balanced, middle-weight personality. If there is such a person, maybe you're one of the 36 Lamed Vovniks that somehow or other are the pillars of the world, whatever. But so that idea, that's water as an alchemical thing. So now we have waters, which is pre-speech, burial level, and we have water without the S, which is on the Yetzirah level. Now, do we find any example? How would we talk about the other kind of water when it's polluted? Well, we could say polluted water. Mayim means achirut. Achirut means turbulence, pollution. Use the Gestalt terminology. We could say self-interruptions, games people play. That's what we're talking about. But do we have a religious model of the same thing? We do. And I found it. If we open up Likutei Moharan of Nachman of Breslov, and he's just like, he's very much a Platonic mystic, just like Shlomo Carlebach is. We have the idea of water. If you open up Likutei Moharan to section 51 in the first volume, you find, I have it right here. Oops. 51. Says here, Amar Rebbe Akiva, Rabbi Akiva said, when you approach the pure marble stones, do not say, water, water, as it is said. He who speaks falsely will not be sustained before my eyes. All right? And he goes on to say, falsehood is harmful to the eyes. The eyes become dim with tears. And now he starts using his alchemical vocabulary here. So if we think of the water that's on the level of Yetzirah, which is a person's personality that he's received from the purer idea, from the waters, and now he's on a level of water. What happens when he starts being false? He starts descending from Yetzirah level, the soul level, to Asiyah level, the body level, the everyday reality level. So now he's moving alchemically from water to earth. And earth, by the way, is Malchut, Klipa, the shells, the dead shells, the evil, all that stuff where the opposites become very extreme. He's entering the level of pietism here. So, the clever metaphor that Nachman of Breslov uses is salty tears, which is a mixture of water from Yetzirah and earth, the soul, from Asiyah, the fourth level now. And the way that he symbolizes it, he wants to give it a label. He doesn't want to say water, it's still water when it's full of earth. He gives it a special name. He calls it water, water. In other words, excess. Somehow you take that pure idea, let's say, of honesty, or you take the idea of love, or you take the idea of courage. Let's say courage. And you overdo courage, it becomes, arrogance or fanaticism or something like that. then it becomes, instead of water, the pure idea of water becomes water, which is a polluted idea of water. It's a mixture of water and... Okay, so now we have, that's all we really need from Nachman and Breslov, right now. This is about Shlomo, not about Nachman and Breslov, although basically you can read Likutei Moharan and know where Shlomo is coming from, and it's a pretty good, pretty parallel in most instances. Okay, let's see. So now going back to, now that I established my jargon here, let's go back to 53. A little bit of water, okay? So you can bring a whole ox with just a little bit of water. Why? Because water is being used in this very special sense here. Since these are angels here that we're dealing with, we're on a level of pure ideas. We're on a level of B'riyah. This is not everyday reality. Remember, this is the place where, Sarah is off there in the Holy of Holies, everybody's functioning on a level of the higher macrocosmic stuff. This is all macrocosm here. And so on the macrocosm level, the waters with a plural, macrocosm, is the Shemayim, the pure idea of creation that's about to unfold here. And on that level, even a drop of a pure idea from the world of pure ideas in the macrocosm is going to be what he calls, what Shlomo's going to call later. Let it be clear that to us, what the Ribono Shel Olam gave us is the strongest dynamite in the world, the strongest atomic power. So all of these things that characterize basic Judaism, Judaism 101, are these pure Platonic ideas. And Shlomo is saying these ideas have to come from the world of pure Platonic ideas. They cannot be on the level of everyday ideas like courage. They have to be from another level. Okay? So the examples Shlomo is using is Shabbat, or what are the examples? Yiddishkeit, Torah, Israel. Any one of these ideas is atomic stuff, nuclear, ready to explode into and just blast to pieces the measly Aristotelian universe of life. Excuse me. In the internet, there was this gruesome example of what I was talking about here. You have some demonic mind here. Here's an example of dangers of excess Platonic fanaticism. This guy decides he's got a dog. Doesn't like the dog for some reason or other. His profession happens to be selling explosives, fireworks. What does he do? He takes the poor dog, puts some kind of a collar around the dog with dynamite, and blows the dog to pieces. Somehow or other the police got wind of it, so the guy's in big trouble now. Okay, but what was he doing? He was taking an atomic idea of some kind of purity that this guy had in his mind, and somehow he saw this dog, he's polluting it with too much nature, too much Aristotelian spiraling logic here. He doesn't want his pure Platonic idea of love or truth or sanity or whatever is to be disturbed. So he blows the dog to pieces, and he's it's a parody of too much Plato, So the history is full of mishuganas like that, and I'm sure a lot of people see Shlomo Carlebach as exactly that kind of a threat to their Aristotelian idea. For example, the Chabad idea. Probably a lot of Chabad rabbis would see the later Shlomo Carlebach, who after he left their tribe, as a threat to them. It's because some guy that could just blow our whole school, blow our whole trip to pieces here. If they find out that, if they start seeing him as a Chabadnik, oh my, wait. Okay, I'm not going to get into all that politics here. I'm staying on the level of pure logic. All right. So in that sense, we've just cracked the code of 1/5 most powerful here, the bit of water. So the bit of water is waters. Bring in a little bit of waters, in other words, Torah, pure Platonic Torah, pure Platonic idea of Israel, pure Platonic idea of Shabbat, you know, and that'll blow to pieces any phony idea of these things. All right. What else we got here? Check the clock again. I have about 13 minutes left, and I'll try to squeeze this in here.